Hello, Internet, and welcome to the next best thing, freeze frame shots. No, we're not done. No. Just the whole entire idea. Anyways, there's a lot more than just full freeze frame shots, what we showed you back there. And Tim here will help you explain the next one. Alright, now let's roll to our examples.
Turns out Tim couldn't record it, so I'm here. So this is another example of full freeze frame shot. Now, as you can see, Tim's walking out and bam, he's frozen, unnaturally so. So this is called a single full freeze frame. And it's often a very iconic and signature way directors identify themselves. Used for introductions of movies and comic relief, and starts narrations or anything else that you really can think of. And it's helpful to know how to make these shots. Basically, you export the frame and just make it as a photo, a JPEG photo. But we'll get into more of that later. So, okay, Tim, you can go on now. There we are. Now, this next shot scene is from Ocean's 12, and at the very end of it has a very iconic shot.
Huh. That's a good lead.
I know. We found a hair.
A hair? Wow.
It's at the lab. So hopefully by noon tomorrow we'll find out his DNA, what kind of conditioner he uses, if he streaks his hair, if he has dandruff, everything. Isn't that amazing?
That is amazing.
You know, having those extra men really paid off.
Oh, you're just being modest.
Are you coming to bed, baby?
I'm just gonna have a shower. Don't let me keep you up.
And there we are. Roll whatever you want. Music, title, narration. In Oceans, I think they rolled the music, but that's beside the point. This next example is called staggered freeze frame or object freeze. As you can see in this example, my body is displacing every couple seconds and staying on screen. And so this is a great example of a science fictionized freeze frame where only one object in the screen is frozen. And it is often used to show a person or object's previous path, and it can be a creative way to either shock or explain something to the audience. It's been used in Next and Limitless, and it's a cheap way to freeze time. And right now we're going to show you how we did it. So open up Premiere Pro, as you can see, and let's see, what am I doing? And then go, and this is the object that we want to freeze, me. And you go to that button up right there, it's the export frame, and you go and press it, and you name it whatever you want. Lee is awesome, or cool, and make sure it's JPEG setting. And then you go and you find where you have saved it. Right now I put it where we were saving all our files in the video production file. And you find it, and I think I take a while to look it up. This usually doesn't work. I just go and find it wherever you want to, wherever you had it saved. Whenever it opens up the export frame, you have a place to browse and place where you want the file to be placed. And right now I'm just going to find it here. So I've got it. It's .jpeg, remember? Yep, and that's me. So you're going to want to open it with Photoshop if you have it, and then you go to the last magic lasso thingy. I think that's what it's called, magic paintbrush, I don't know, I'm not a Photoshop person, and you outline whatever object or person you want. So for this, and it's me, and you cut it all out and make sure it's pretty well done job. The more accurate you have, the more realistic the freeze is, because if something walks behind it, then the outline might be greenish or whatever color it is, so it will sort of take away from the moment of disbelief. And yeah, the exporting frame, if you want to do a full freeze frame, all you got to do is export the frame and then click and import the JPEG folder. I'll delete that now as I clean this up. Yeah, so you just find the folder that you have it and then import the JPEG file, put it into the timeline, and that's it. It's really helpful if you put little markers where you've frozen it. That's what I did for most of mine. Okay, and you copy file, and delete this layer. You copy the layer that you selected, and then you create a new layer. And you go into save, and probably should change the name, although you don't have to. It's just easier to find. Press OK, go on, and then we go File and Import, and you find where you have it. So Lee's Cool Wow, import. Press OK because there's only one layer to merge. You bring it over. Since I already have my timeline thing here, it's fine. But as you can see, it all perfectly lines up right now. But once we press play, let's see, I put a marker there to show that I have it there. And you can see on the timeline previously, I have it. And then look, I disappear. Beautiful, right? So that is an example of how to do this. Hopefully that's helpful. If not, you can go back and rewatch this video 100 times, or just keep on searching online. That's the way that I found out how to do this myself. And so yeah, that's the final cut if you do multiple of them. As you can see, that's the outline that I was talking about. Since I didn't really do a good job of cutting it out properly, you can see the slight green or unrealistic hue. But yeah, that's the example that we have. And they disappear slowly, slowly. And he walks and disappears and appears again. So that is a staggered freeze frame. And again, it can be shown throughout many different things. Our next example is Limitless, a TV series that uses this man's supernatural ability to see into the future, and they represent it by this freeze frame thing. So here's the example. As you can see, he's running along and he decides to make a path. So it's three things, and this is used by the same technique. So in this path, he gets tackled by the police officer, and so he decides not to choose that one. In the next path, I do believe, spoilers, he gets hit by a taxi. Yeah, so he doesn't use that one. And then this last one uses a subway. All of this is just to say that you can use this however you want.
And now for our illustrative sample.
If I could save time in a bottle, the first thing that I'd like to do is to save every day till eternity passes away, just to spend them with you. If I could make days last forever, if words could make wishes come true, I'd save every day like a treasure, and then again I would spend them with you. But there never seems to be enough time to do the things you want to do once you find them. I've looked around enough to know you're the one I want to go through time with.
Some people consider this last shot a freeze frame.
Well, usually this sort of technique would involve a lot of CGI and After Effects, which other people on the internet can explain better than us.
Well, if you guys found this video helpful, catchy outro, and feel free to like and subscribe. Hey, Tim, it's rolling.